Yo dudes, how are you? Welcome to low FODMAP spaghetti. Spaghetti is something we grew up eating, loving. It was one of our favourite dishes. This is a low FODMAP one that happens to be vegan and gluten free as well. So all inclusive. Yeah, so we cooked it. First of all, what we've done is we boiled our noodles. We've brown rice noodles, we cooked them, and I have them ready to go. Okay, so pan on a high heat. You just want to, I always love a flat bottom pan. I just find it so much better. Bigger surface area for cooking in. I've got it on a high heat. I'm going to add in about 1.5 tablespoons of oil. So with all this low FODMAP cooking, one of the things that we were really trying to minimise is the amount of fermentation in your gut. So instead of using onion or garlic, we're using the green of a leek. So I've got about 200 grams of the tops of leeks. But the green of the leek is the most nutritious part. It's beautiful, it's delicious, it'll break down, it just ends up quite juicy and succulent. So in on top of the green of the leek, in this spaghetti, I quite like a little bit of heat in my spaghetti. So I've got half a red chilli. Obviously leave it out if you don't like a little bit of spice in your chilli. Stephen did the best.
In your spaghetti bowl.
In your spaghetti, yeah. And then on top of that, we've got a carrot. So I've just simply grated a carrot. This is going to give a nice sweetness and a decent bit of body to our tomato sauce. This is obviously, we're making the meat of the spaghetti right now. That is vegan meat, of course. I'm going to put in a generous pinch of salt, and what it's going to do is it's going to break down the cell wall of the carrot, release a bit of moisture, and just add kind of more sweet notes. So this is the last of our low FODMAP Friday dishes, and really the whole purpose of these is for people that are transitioning from a typical meat and 2-veg diet to a vegan diet. Anyone doing veganuary, low FODMAP is a great way of slowly introducing all this high fibre and reducing the amount of fermentation in your gut. Just in a typical Western diet, there'd be about 15 grams of fibre. When you move to a whole food plant-based diet, you could be 45 up to 60 grams of fibre per day. And as a result, there can also be a lot of bloating, a lot of indigestion, and low FODMAP is a great way of minimising the amount of fermentation and making that transition a little easier. So this is a great dish to have in your artillery. Next up, we're going to add in, from the fungi family, oyster mushrooms. They're the only mushroom that happens to be low FODMAP. So we have 300 grams. We're going to tear them up because through tearing them up, you get a more variety of texture. You see, you can kind of grizzly bits that are quite meaty. Yeah. And Bolognese. Yeah, which is lovely. One of the projects which I want to do this year in 2019 is I want to start an oyster mushroom farm. So,
me too.
So I'll keep you updated. If you're interested, so I want to start an oyster mushroom farm. We have a sprout farm at the moment, and I've been talking about this for about a year. So let us know if you want us to shoot content on how to grow mushrooms. So
and one thing we have done some trials. We have our sprout farm and we have a coffee roastery. And one of the things that we tried a couple of years back was to grow oyster mushrooms on coffee grinds, used coffee grinds. And it did work great, and that's our kind of plan. So it's much more closed loop. So we're using our coffee grinds to grow oyster mushrooms, which we're using in the kitchen and sell in the shop.
So I'm going to fry down this for probably 3 minutes until the oyster mushrooms start to brown.
Not 3 minutes, but 3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah. That's an Irish 3 minutes. It's the same as an international 3 minutes.
Yeah, we just struggle with our THs here in Ireland.
Yeah. Okay, so next step, we fried in our mushrooms for 3 minutes. We're going to put all the rest of our ingredients into the pan.
We've 180 ml of red wine. Don't worry, the alcohol will evaporate. So don't worry for anyone who's alcohol free.
So that's going to give a real kind of winey, rich, substantial taste. I have 2 tablespoons of my favourite black umami liquid, aka tamari.
It'll just mean we're going to have to use less salt, and it's just the mushrooms absorb it so well. It's a wonderful marriage. Next step, we have how many chopped tomatoes? How many
400 grams of fresh tomatoes.
Okay, so we use fresh tomatoes. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, what would I use instead? Tin tomatoes.
Yes. Just like these. We are actually going to use 1 tin of tin tomatoes, 2 also.
So it's the equivalent of 800 grams of chopped tomatoes, or else 800 grams of fresh tomatoes, or in the case that we did.
And 200 grams of cherry tomatoes, which my darling brother is going to
we're really going for the cherry tomatoes. Nice.
This is one of your recipes.
Great variety of tomatoes.
I've got 160 grams of tinned cooked lentils. So this recipe serves 4 people. So I think of lentils, it's 40-gram serving is low FODMAP, and that's what I've learned. So in it goes.
Lentils are going to add protein to this dish. They're going to add a bit of bite and just variety of texture and appearance. Cherry tomatoes, ideally I chop them in half. It just allows their juices to permeate and spread and break down throughout the dish.
And finally, just to balance the sweetness, balance the acidity of the tomato, I'm going in with 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Okay, so bring it to the boil, leave it to reduce for 2 minutes, and then it's down to the final seasoning bit. I'm going in with a decent pinch of salt.
And a little pinch of black pepper. In terms of seasoning, you're just trying to balance the 5 different flavor profiles. There's salty, there's sweet, there's acid, there's bitter, and there's umami. And you're just trying to find a harmony where there's balance, there's ease, and it just tastes like you want to eat more.
Okay, I've got a little bit of basil. I'm just going to add that into it. I just think fresh basil is brilliant in any tomato sauce.
Last and final thing, we're just going to balance the acidity of this dish. We're going to put the juice of half a lemon. I'm squeezing it through my hand just to catch any pips. This is a large lemon and quite a juicy one, so I'm going to put a little bit through.
So I like to serve it on a nice flat plate. So brown rice noodles are certainly my favourite gluten-free spaghetti to use, but if you prefer other ones, let us know. Leave a comment down below. Wow, that looks good, doesn't it? Nutritional yeast is a great one for anyone that's new to vegan. It kind of gives a nice kind of cheesy kind of parmesan flavour to it.
It's known as hippie dust. So there we are, low FODMAP spaghetti bolognese. Took about 10-15 minutes to make. Serve with rice noodles, simple, easy, vegan, gluten-free, and wait for it.
Yum, 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 yum,
Really
yum, 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 yum.
I like that was like Lady and the Tramp there.
Wow.
The wine in this is nice.
Very nice, very substantial.
Very
Low FODMAP spaghetti bolognese, dudes.
meaty mouthfeel as well.
Yum. If you want to know more about our Happy Good course, it's down below. Really good. If you know anyone that needs to improve their digestion or whatnot, share this recipe. It's a really good one. It's great. Reduces fermentation, reduces bloating. It's great.
Simple to make, tastes great, and wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching, dudes. Bye.